Hello everybody and welcome. Today we are checking out DC Design's A-10 Thunderbolt 2 in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The aircraft at first impressions, at first glance, looks really good. It doesn't have the weathering or the wear and tear of an old aircraft though, which, I mean, that's a little thing. Also, I know that there has been talk that Microsoft is going to allow now weapons aesthetically on the aircrafts. When are we going to get our Gatling? When are we going to get our GAW? When are we going to get that update? If DC Designs wants to let us know. I mean, I've heard rumors, and I don't know how accurate it is. I haven't seen anything official. If someone can say something in the comment section below, if Microsoft really is going to be allowing weapon aesthetics in the marketplace, that'd be great. We can get this beautiful bird loaded out with some payload, massive payload that it usually has. This flying bathtub, this titanium bathtub plane. But yeah, I mean, visually it looks really good. It looks really good. Very detailed exterior. Yeah, just all in all, it looks really good. There isn't any pardon me, from what I can tell, there isn't any like checking points like you would see on the general aviation planes, but you can click on the cockpit and it will let you in. We're in the cockpit now. So now, a little note about the camera. I think it is on Microsoft's side, this camera issue, where I can't left click on the mouse or right click on the mouse and move my camera. Because when I first entered the sim today, it did allow me to right click and move around. And then I had to restart to start from scratch to do this recording. And then it stopped. So I do believe this is a Microsoft issue on the camera, because it was working for one moment for me. It was working perfect. And I was like, yes, it worked. I don't know what I did. And then it restarted and it just went away. So there's an update on the camera situation. I think it's a Microsoft issue. But let's go ahead and start up this beauty. So battery is located down here. Battery. Avionics test. Yeah. Gen's on. Where are you gonna turn on the APU generator? Come down here. The CDU is already on. And then we want to come over here. We want to crack the throttle. Turn on the APU. Go ahead and engage the ejection seat. I may be doing things out of order, but at least it's working. To get rid of the throttle out of your way, just go ahead and click that. All right, let's go ahead and pan over here and turn on our collision. And let's just go ahead and turn on our positioning flash. And then we can go ahead and close the canopy. All right, APU is up and running. Let's go ahead and start with engine 1 startup. Oops, this way. Left engine first, or right engine we're doing. Now that's another thing. I really don't like the animation of the turbine. It's almost like it looks, from I guess my perspective, it looks like a wobble. I don't know if that, and it could be a limitations on MSFS, but it just doesn't, I don't think it looks that great. I know the C-17 has that, and I didn't mention anything in that video, but it's something I've seen. It could be the size of the turbine that's also doing it. I don't know. I could be griping at nothing at this point. Oh, look. I forgot to put on my flight suit. Oh, well. All right, engine is... So we come up here to the gauges. We're gonna wait till our pressures are up into nominal ranges. Looks like we're approaching nominal. Yep, we're nominal. Starting in next engine. All right. It's a pretty simple startup sequence. Once the engines are all started up, we'll shut down the APU. And then we will move into takeoff. This light should go out here once oil pressures are up to nominal pressures, and then we will have no warning lights on. That's great. We do have it looks like a flight computer, so I'm wondering if we can actually active data database, secondary database. This does not look like it's even, you can do anything with it. There we go. System, nav. You can put a flight plan in here. It definitely shows that waypoints. So yeah, you can put waypoints in here. You can put your flight plan. Yeah, so if anyone wants to do a flight plan on an A-10, you can do that. All right, engines are up to nominal power, shutting down APU, and then we're gonna come over here and shut down the APU generator. Stop it. All right. So not all the buttons are functional, like in up, light pedestal, navigation lights. Those are all working. Parking brake is this. And what's this one? We're gonna turn on the pitot heat. Come over here. Emergency flaps. And up. Oh well. Let's go ahead and go back outside. She sounds good. I mean, she sounds like an A-10 from what I mean, I've been around A-10s for like at air shows and they sound similar. Let's go ahead and do a takeoff. Let me bring my joystick in front of me. Disengage parking brake and taxi. We're back at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I know that A-10s have flown out of Wright-Pat before. I don't think there's a squadron that's stationed there. I think that's just a area where they do refueling, so they can go to. I think they. So I've been to when I was in the Ohio Army National Guard for a short bit. That was after my active duty days. I went to a Indiana base or a camp. It's a training facility, put it that way. And it was Camp Atterbury, Indiana, and there was a squadron of A-10s that interrupted our firing range for 50 cal and M29, M240s, Mark 19s, and stuff like that we were shooting. But we had to do a ceasefire because we had a pair of A-10s coming in for a strafing. I guess, I don't know if it was a training run or a test run, but they were doing a strafing run at the range, and I will tell you what, that is the most beautiful sight I've ever seen. That was gorgeous. I mean, the sheer power of an A-10 is just incredible. I've seen them over in Afghanistan flying around, and it's, man, their A-10s are literally a flying fortress of death. The amount of power this thing can amount of firepower this thing can hold is just jaw-dropping. I mean, you have rocket pods, you have smart bombs, dumb bombs, You have this freaking Gatling gun on the front that can wreck a tank in a heartbeat. If you hear that in the distance, in a wartime scenario or in a war zone, you know someone's having a bad day. Someone on the other end of that barrel is having a really, really bad day. Let's go ahead and go over here to the runway and we'll do a quick takeoff. I'm still getting a little bit of stutters here and there. It has gotten substantially better from day 1 and day 2. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I don't mind the sim right now. It's gorgeous. It needs to, I still need to tweak a few things graphically and control wise. I do like the fact that now the controls, why am I not, I'm holding my brakes. Oh, you know what? I know what I didn't do. So each plane has their own profile of you can set up for it, and I did not, that's the one thing I did not remember to do is the parking brake. Well, not parking brake, the brakes, period. I did the brakes or the parking brakes, but I didn't do the brakes itself. Toggle parking brakes. So actually, all right. So parking brake is that. Wrong device. Oh, whoops. Wrong device. At least it tells me that I'm on the wrong device. Toggle brakes right there. Bam. All right, brakes are working. I do like the fact that each plane can have its own profile of controls. Problem though is I keep forgetting to toggle my throttle, my flaps, my brakes for all planes. And I forget to do that. You can actually set it so it's not just each profile, but the entire spectrum of planes. Let's go ahead and do a takeoff. I do like that high-pitched sound of the turbines when they fly by. That's the best sound of the A-10. So I don't like the takeoff profile. I was 200 by the time I wanted to lift off. And A-10 is supposed to be a short range takeoff plane. It doesn't need a long runway. Well, I could hear the distinctness kinda in the A-10. I can kind of hear that distinctive sound. I'm looking forward to when Sky Dolly updates so it works in Flight Sim 2024. So I could do flybys and stuff like that with these newer planes for the sim. There's the museum down there. Excuse me. You know what? They the polygons aren't right. It doesn't really show the shape of the clamshells, or the hangars, clamshells, whichever. But it does show the on the side of the building the Air Force symbol for the museum. She flies good. She actually flies pretty decent, not bad. Could it be better? Of course, anything can be better. I won't ever give something 100% rating. Because there's always room for improvement on everything you do. So yeah, all the warning lights are out, so everything's working properly. Startup procedure's good. If you want to bring back your throttle quadrant, there it is. Yeah, all in all, this plane's not bad. It just needs the cockpit. The cockpit needs more weathering. I will say that the cockpit does need more weathering. It needs to look like it's a 1980s, 1970s. I don't remember when. I think it was the 70s or 80s. So this plane came out, and it needs to have that kind of weathering. Because it doesn't. It just looks like a brand new plane. A brand new generic plane. Doesn't have any. Doesn't give the character. If you give it weathering on the controls, on everything, it gives it a lot of character. It shows age. This doesn't show age at all. It just shows, hey, cool, it's an A-10. Have fun. So that's just a little gripe I have about this. Other than that, it's not bad. It's worth flying. Very stable in the air. Does a barrel roll pretty easily. But yeah, that is the A-10. The A-10 Warthog, also known nowadays as the Thunderbolt 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this little look at the A-10 and the startup procedure for it. Have a great rest of your day. See you next time.